In 1986, motorcycles came to this place from all over Europe. They've been to other places since then, but now they're back. They're bigger, they're better, and there's more of them. It's 1992, the place is Harrogate, the motorbike is the Honda Goldwing, and this is the 12th British Treffen. It's Thursday afternoon, and the wingers have already started to arrive on the campsite. With the North Yorkshire wind blowing and rain just around the corner, it seems the last thing on people's minds is pitching a tent. But for some, the promise of a great weekend can't hide the smiles. Despite the bad weather, the hard work continues, and with wingers coming in from all over Europe, arriving at Inscription wouldn't be the same without these two familiar faces. Just wondering how it's going despite the rain. Have you had a good response so far?
Yes, we have, but it's pretty hectic because we've got Dunnington Jefferson House where we've got bedroom facilities for the wingers, and we've also got all the people to see to and make sure everything's all right for them. It's been very, very hectic. We've been here since Tuesday.
What sort of numbers were you expecting for the weekend, say by Saturday?
We're hoping for about 800 bikes.
Well, if it's 1,000, I'll buy you a bottle of champagne.
Yeah.
Well, we'll save the champagne for Saturday, but in the meantime, let's take a look around the site, because the early arrivals seem to be settling in quite nicely.
They all came back in the waterproofs, thoroughly wet through.
A bunch of different rats.
I got a cup of coffee. Cheers. So these three tarts here have got 15s. I've got a real motorbike in 12.
We've got the comfort. Whoa! Evening.
How come we got on this kind of camera?
Hello everybody!
So what are we getting?
Yeah, we just had dinner.
Yeah.
I'm afraid that's the leftovers. The no leftovers, all finished, all gone.
We're waiting for the rain to come.
Wait for the rain to stop and then we're going to go down and finish our cup of tea and go down and have a bevy.
Just throwing up the donut.
Steak and chips.
Steak and chips. I got the chips, anyway. I was waiting to go on. Get this on tape now, we've got to capture this on the club, you'll be alright.
Okay, on.
Vakantieman, dat is hier altijd goed weer.
Now then, you're not from Britain, you've come from a bit further afield, haven't you?
Yep, the United States, all the way from Pennsylvania.
And you rode all the way, did you?
No, she's in the military here in Wales, and we're stationed down there, and we rode up from West Wales, which we are adopted by the West Wales Wings.
And the Goldwing is quite a popular bike in the States as well as here.
Yeah, about 500,000 people ride them back in the States. I'm just one of them.
Hello there. We've got some late arrivals on Thursday evening. Where have you come from?
Birmingham,
Birmingham.
England.
It's taken a while for you to get here, hasn't it?
Yes, we've come the scenic route.
Well, that's scenic route around Britain, is it? How are you doing on the back there? Looking forward to a good weekend then.
Oh yeah.
Was it a plan to come this late in the evening?
Yes and no. We decided we were going to come this evening, but hopefully we were going to be a bit earlier, but it didn't work out quite that way.
Well, oh, you got kids in there. Let me go and have a chat with the kids.
Well, you can have a chat with the one. You only get ugly everywhere.
Hello there. Are you comfortable in there? Got all your teddies in there?
I don't want to.
Stop there because you've got to move on to where we're going to camp.
How long is it since you came out?
Only about an hour and a half. We stopped on the motorway.
She's ready to go to bed, is she?
Yeah. Oh well, we all are.
And that's where I discovered the golden rule. Never work with children who've been locked up in a sidecar while their dad tries to find his way from Birmingham to Harrogate.
That was to be in kilometres, of course.
What did you say? 140?
I talking about 220 kilometres? Something like that.
With Goldwing still arriving late into Thursday, the officials at Inscription can expect a busy night. And if numbers of continental riders continue, the 1992 British International Treffen promises to be a truly European event. It's early Friday morning, and most people would welcome a lie-in. But we know how much wingers enjoy cleaning their bikes, and for some, the temptation proves too much.
Right, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. No, it's not, it's 6:30, but it sounds good. And I've got up especially to give you this report that 14 bikes came in through the night, and it's very quiet on the site. But here I found someone cleaning his bike. What the hell are you doing getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning to clean your bike?
Well, I was really upset yesterday with the rain and the wind, and this bike is normally in pristine condition, and it's an absolute mess at the moment. So I thought I'll get up early and give it a clean.
How did it get that way? Where have you been on it?
Well, we rode up from Poole yesterday morning. Took us 12 hours, torrential rain, you know, roads full of mud. It was really bad.
But you haven't just come from Poole, have you? You've come
from Jersey, yeah. We came over by boat the night before.
And it's a new thing for the Goldwings in Jersey, isn't it?
Yeah,
So,
we've got our own region now. We're actually recognised officially by the club since about March.
And have you had a wingding yet?
Not yet, no. Next year, possibly.
Excellent. Well, clean your bike and we'll see you later.
Thanks very much.
Go on, the wife's not here. We'll never see us like this.
Cheers, mate.
We're all dopey, see? Hey! See you later. Yeah, you got...
Good morning, everybody. What's the time? 7 o'clock?
6.
6? Oh no.
7.
Go away. No, you're really horrible. Go away.
Eggs and bacon.
Crack him away.
That's it.
Having had a good wash and breakfast, some of the wingers have decided to go on the Yorkshire Dales tour, a tour which will take them through some of England's most spectacular countryside.
I'll show you which way to go. Right. Okay? Yeah. You're going to wind them all up right now? Aye.
Our first stop on the run is Grassington in Upper Wharfdale, a small village which originally prospered from lead mining back in the 18th century and now gains much wealth from tourism. It's time to relax and talk about some of the fantastic scenery Yorkshire has to offer.
And then the green, the contrast between the hills and the green.
Oh, I go like on 2 o'clock, on 3 o'clock.
Oh, at 9 o'clock there is a rainbow.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
look, at 10 o'clock there is something else.
Hi. Hello there.
We can get talked about that,
I don't know. She's not even mine.
It's not even mine.
It is.
Nice roads, nice country. Much fun.
The back in the saddle again and on our way to Hawes in the northwest of the Yorkshire Dales.
Okay, and we're at the halfway point on the Yorkshire Dales run now, at a place called Hawes. I'm not too sure where that is, but we found a pub behind us called the White Hart, and that's where most of the wingers have gone in for lunch. My stomach tells me it's lunchtime as well, so let's go and join them and find out how that first half of the run went.
Right.
Wasn't that scenery brilliant on the way?
It was excellent. It was a fantastic trip we had so far. And I also would like to give special compliments to the way we are driving. I think the leader of this pack is absolutely having the right speed and slowing us down in the right fashion, not to have a big pile up.
Did you go on the Scottish tour before?
No, not this year. We went there 3 years ago. We came Wednesday night, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. We had the boat on Wednesday night from Zeebrugge in Belgium to Felixstowe.
And you're returning after the weekend?
On Sunday.
Now, Trevor, you're actually English yourself, but you live in Switzerland and you formed a club over there, haven't you?
Well, we formed a region of the British Club over there because there are some very enthusiastic motorcyclists over there, and we just wanted to form a little English centre, also to join up with the Swiss and share that little bit of internationalism. Yeah.
But over in Switzerland, tell me how many members you've got in your club at the moment?
In Switzerland there's about, I think, nearly 700 altogether.
And in that particular club that we're talking about?
Oh, the regional group? 3.
3 members, that's marvellous.
Quiet now. It has been very quiet.
Brian Young's making heavy work of his Cumberland sausage, so we'll leave him and take a look around Hawes town.
You're on a diet now, Christine, it's all fun.
As with Grassington, tourism plays a large part in the town's prosperity.
worst of it, putting these things on and off.
Stomachs full and the sun blazing, the wingers make preparations for their ride back to Harrogate.
It's a good cup of tea.
It's a lovely cup of tea.
I've driven 251 miles for this cup of tea, so I'm really, really enjoying it.
That really was a great tour, but now it's time to relax, because it's not long before the evening's entertainment is underway.
Most important thing. We'll be in the morning.
Right, I found a bit of a miracle here because I've got a feeling that 2 sausages have been turned into 5,000. Because we've got about 5,000 people here, and we've got a chap here who's feeding them. Miracle maker, it's Cameron, isn't it, from Northern Ireland?
That's correct.
And what are you cooking for them?
Oh,
Need done a bit more.
whatever they threw on the barbie, we had a dog roaming about there, but we missed it.
Barbecue Raymond.
Yeah.
Do you want them?
And what's that? That's cat, is it?
No, dog.
You got some honey on it as well, I hear?
Oh, yes. We've got a wee drop of stuff to keep us warm.
Not done
properly
yet.
If the fire goes out, we'll just throw a drop on it.
We've seen a few barbecues around, but I haven't seen anything like this before. Is your cooking something to behold then? People come from miles around for this.
Just look. They're queuing up. No one goes away empty-handed. Do you want sausage?
Fred, last year you said you were not so much a worker as a delegator. Don't know about delegating.
This is
It doesn't
Kenneth,
seem
my
like you're doing much at all apart from eating this
I'm
year.
enjoying myself. And I volunteered to work, but I was told go enjoy myself at this one. So I am. And I've come along. not to see the label on there.
And we're not allowed to know what's in the bottle, are we?
It's nice stuff.
Who brewed it? I think we better look over this direction. Who have we got here?
This is criminal. You can't put You can't put this. This is criminal.
Custom and access will kill us.
Custom and access will kill us.
I think we better knock it on the head then.
Yeah.
Enjoy yourself.
We would be like the travelling people. This particular side of the club. And if he could afford it, he'd fly with the wing. Isn't that right?
I'm not listening to you.
We come to the official opening of our event. I hope that you're all settled in your tents, and without any more words from me, I'll hand you over to the guy who's responsible for all this, Harry Ward, our President and founder member.
Hello everyone. I'd like you to give a warm welcome please to Joy Allen, Vice President of the Chamber of Commerce and Trade for Harrogate.
Thank you very much indeed. Let me please welcome all of you to Harrogate. I bring warm welcome from the Chamber of Trade and Commerce. Our President, unfortunately, is in Canada. If he had a Goldwing, no doubt he could get back here for the event. As it happens, you have to make do with me. Just let me say, enjoy your weekend with us, enjoy our lovely town, and please do come back again very, very soon. And now I'd like to formally declare the British Goldwing Treffen open.
Why
And dream they did. But now the dreaming's over, the weather's taken a turn for the better, and the wingers wake up to glorious sunshine.
You love to catch people at your best, don't you?
Oh, there. Oh, I should be going to ladies. Yeah.
Best thing. Yeah. Yeah. Come on. Well, set light to it. Good morning, darling. What's that? She's all right, you go. Showing the slip again. Jawel. Hé? Da-da-da-da, zegt hij dan.
Ja, toen kwam hij eruit, 2 minuten later en zo. Rust dat er niet zo heen. Is het eruit?
Nee, dat duurt nog even.
Jouw knippen, dat is precies een vlek, dat is een zuurvlek.
Dan let mij maken.
You like us to strip now or later? Are you recording this as well? You swine. Wonderful.
How to erect a tent in one easy lesson.
Nanette Newman offered to do the washing up at this year's Treffen, but when she found out she had to clean 700 Goldwings too, that was the last we saw of her.
The only time at a Treffen when you're caught with a camera is when you're cleaning your bike. You ever notice that?
After all that cleaning and polishing, it's time to take things easy and make the most of Harrogate's good weather.
Can't stop. Emergency. I'm the electrician. Turn it off. Turn it off.
Football, which will not be kicking, we'll just be getting from one end of the field to the other. However way you want it, it can be in the air, on top of your heads or whatever. But 2 meters football, it'll be great fun, so come on down to the fun and games area, everybody.
Tony Mason from BBC's Top Gear learns how many gadgets are on a Goldwing. We turn our attention to one of the main events of the day, the Parade of Nations.
You don't take serious. No centre in this. Better than sex, it was.
I'm too sexy for my love, too sexy for my love, love's going to leave me.
Hello everybody, now here's the chance you've all been waiting for, Mr. Treffen 1992's about to begin. Now, without any more ado, I'd like to pass you over to Carol Pallant from the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Hello, could I have contestant number 1, please? What special qualities do you think that you have that makes you feel you should win, Mr. Treffen?
Pass.
You can't go away until you must tell me your special quality.
Special quality size.
Thank you very much. Contestant number 2, please. Richard. Hello, can I have your name, please?
Richard.
Richard, and where are you from?
From Holland.
What part of Holland?
Near Amsterdam.
Can I have your age?
38.
And what special qualities do you think you have that makes you feel you should win Mr. Treffen?
That's all I say. You know what you can do? You can ask my wife over there. She knows it. She knows everything. What qualities I have.
Thank you very much. We'll ask her later. Thank you.
Okay, see you.
Contestant number 3, please.
Catwalk, yeah, I shake my little tush on the catwalk.
Contestant number 4, please.
Too sexy for my cat, too sexy for pussycat. I'm too sexy for my love, too sexy for my love, love's going to leave me. And I'm too sexy.
What special qualities have you got?
Need the Oscar?
Yes.
I'm adorable, I'm loving, very cuddly, and I'm all about.
A very suitable candidate for Mr. Treffen. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Contestant number 6, please. Tell me your special qualities. You're a suitable candidate for Mr. Treffen.
I think I would make an ideal Mr. Treffen because I would like to dedicate my life to helping the old wingers across the yards to get their leg over the boat.
Thank you very much. I'm sorry, I missed contestant number 5. Richard. Have you been in any competitions like this before?
No.
This is your first. So what special qualities have you got?
I'm an Ulsterman born and bred, I'm the best man in this place.
Thank you very much. Contestant number 7, please.
Yeah, I shake my little tush
Mr.
48, 28, 43.
Thank you very much. And your special qualities?
I don't know, my mum told me, come on.
Well, thank you very much indeed. We'll see you later. Thank you. And the last contestant, please, number 8. Your full name?
Yeah, Steve Costin.
Where are you from, Steve?
From Essex.
What part of Essex?
South Benfleet, yeah, South Benfleet.
And how old are you?
33.
We've seen a few of your qualities. Have you got any more that you'd like to tell us about?
Not that I want to show.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We've just been given a late contestant's name. Could he come, please? Jed? Contestant 9, this will be.
Yeah, on the catwalk, yeah, I shake my little touch on the catwalk.
Jed Halpern.
Jed, where are you from?
I live in Switzerland, Lucerne.
Did you volunteer to do this, or did somebody tell you you had to do it?
I think I was told. No other choice.
How old are you, Jed?
Old enough.
We'll see you later. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Could we have all our Mr. Treffen contestants once again at the front of the hall to take a bow, please? All contestants.
Working through, let's start off with hello everybody. Thank you for coming to this, the 12th British Treffen, and a unique one at that. Over the 12 years that we've been putting on these events, only one venue has ever been used twice. That's here in Harrogate. To present the trophies for us this year, we are privileged to have the Mayor of Harrogate District, Councillor Barbara Hillier, accompanied by her consort, Dr. Kenneth Hillier. And the Mayor would actually like to take this opportunity to say a few words to us.
I would like to welcome all of you to Harrogate, those who are visitors. We think it's a lovely town, and I gather that you think it's a lovely town as well.
We actually begin the prize giving with the individual awards. and start these with the youngest rider, Jason Wilmington. Next up is the oldest rider, who is also from Great Britain and is 69 years old, Ken Byfleet. Distance awards, the furthest travelled female with a sidecar, who is also from Great Britain, has travelled 422 kilometres, Michelle Devereaux Hall. The furthest travelled male with a sidecar is not from Great Britain, but from Italy, Nando Vimacati. Onto the furthest travelled female on a solo bike. She's from Germany, has travelled 1,404 kilometres.
Sie heißt Heidi Karkut.
And move on to the GWEF Club Awards. We have representatives here from 13 of the GWEF clubs and 1 non-GWEF. We'll be on a 4th place with 6 machines, Italy. Always was one of the girls, that's known. In 3rd place.
Jetzt wird es langsam gipflig. In 3. Stelle mit 24 Maschinen ist Holland. Riddler.
Moving on now with just 2 to go. In 2nd place, with 21 machines, Belgium. Anything Massimo can do? That only leaves 1, and they are here with 14 machines. Germany, Deutschland. That leaves just 1 award to be presented, and that is the Honda Challenge Trophy for the club here with the most bikes. For the last 2 years it's been won by Holland, and there's no change, it's Holland again. I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank the Mayor for coming along and presenting the trophies for us. We have a little presentation here.
Caught in a landslide, no escape from reality. Open your eyes, look up to the skies and see. I'm just a poor moron, I need no sympathy, 'cause I'm easy come, easy go, little high, little low. Anyway the wind blows doesn't really matter to me. Mama just killed a man, put a gun against his head, pulled my trigger, now he's dead. Mama, life has just begun, but Mama, I'm gonna throw it all away. Too late, my time was gone, sent shivers down my spine, body's aching all the time. Goodbye, everybody, I've got to go. Take the truth. Sometimes wish I could be
Now everyone knows that motorbikes have been around a lot longer than the Honda Goldwing. In fact, in the Bible, Moses came down off the mountain on his triumph. But here, in his footsteps, is a modern-day man of the faith, lay reader Peter Light. It's Sunday morning, and Peter, a Goldwing owner himself, will be conducting the baptism of baby Ross.
This is the faith of the church. This is our faith. We believe and trust in one God, Father, Son and Holy Spirit. Ross Allen, I baptise you in the name of the Father, in the name of the Son, and in the name of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
The smell of fish and chips fills these wingers' nostrils, so they assemble for this morning's run. It's the High Teas Tour, which will take them first to Bronte Village and then onto the most famous fish and chip shop in the world, Harry Ramsden's. We now come to the historic village of Haworth, renowned for the famous literary Brontes. Many of the streets in Haworth are named after the Brontes. The atmosphere of bygone years still remains today. After Haworth, the wingers came here, to Harry Ramsden's, the largest fish and chip shop in the world. Harry Ramsden's is now a public limited company and recently opened a branch in Hong Kong, where it is said the local people have to book a week in advance to sit down and eat our national dish, presumably not with chopsticks. This is where we left the wingers to enjoy their meal so that we could return to Harrogate and catch up with the day's activities back at the Treffen.
On camera, I'll just turn him round so we'll see who's the best. This is my mate Daz, and I'm John. How are you? Hang on a minute. No, he doesn't look like such a criminal, does he now?
Frank Mulholland, chairman of Yorkshire Wings. What a great place to hold an international Treffen, eh?
Yes, the Yorkshire Showground, it's a nice big place to come, but it's a bit wet today. We've had a bit of wet rain. It'll be all right, I suppose. I'd like to come back here again. We were here in '86, and it's a nice place to be. We're living in Harrogate, I'm bound to say that, aren't I?
Yeah, and the Yorkshire Wingers, they're lucky to be able to ride around the Yorkshire Dales on their weekends.
Oh, yes, you know, Yorkshire's a nice place, but it's nice to go visit other places and see. That's what winging's all about, you know, meeting everybody from Europe. It's like Gwef. This is a European Treffen, it's not sort of a local Yorkshire one. Yorkshire were just lucky to be chosen to have it here in Yorkshire. It's not the Yorkshire Gwef Treffen, it's you know, the Goldwing Owners Club of Great Britain Gwef Treffen, and we're just proud to put it on here, and hopefully it's been a good one.
Now, you're the chairman, you're the driving force behind this Treffen this year, but I mean, it's not a single-handed job, is it?
No, not by any means. There's a lot of people put a lot of hard work into this, and a lot of people who've not been seen. There's a guy been walking around on site and he's just worked his back out, and that's being polite.
And it's a long one this year. It's 5 days, isn't it?
Well, we tried to have 5 days because, you know, over the bank holiday, in case if we can keep a lot more of the British, but it looks like the rain's going to beat us, I think.
And they all came on Thursday and they're not leaving till Tuesday, some of them.
Well, that's right, yes. You know, we're quite a hardy bunch, really.
Yorkshire Wings, it's the largest region, and last year at Stafford they actually picked up the prize for the largest turnout. No, we're not doing that this year, but how'd you rate your chances if there were a prize?
Oh, well, the Yorkshire lot, you know, they do travel a little bit. Border Wings are the travellers. Yorkshire getting that way a little bit, I says. So I think there'll be a fair few Yorkshiremen here, you know. I think they spread out all over the country, the Yorkshiremen, and, you know, they know where the routes are and back they come.
And 1986 Harrogate, 1992 Harrogate, what about 1998? Going for a hat-trick?
Well, with all the work, my wife says if I go for it again, she's going to divorce me, or kill me, or one or the other. But, yes, it would be nice to come back and see, because it's the first time we've done a Treffen twice in the same place, and it's a nice place to come back to.
Well, you've done a great job. Thanks a lot, Frank.
Well, thank you. It's been hard work, very hard work, but it's been worth it to see the faces. The lads say thank you. It's good.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Hiding amongst the trade stands here at the Treffen, I found Mr. Treffen. It's a bit of a dubious title, I think.
Well, it's not a muscle-bound one. It was all done in aid of charity, raising money for the Make-A-Wish and local charities.
It's going to be taking you to sunny tropical countries and photographic opportunities on beaches and talking to children in the street.
I don't think so, no. This is probably about it. After this weekend, it'll be it.
Talking about helping children out, you've got the money that you earn from this Treffen competition, you've donated to a particular charity of your own.
Well, yes, the 75% of the money collected total went to Make-A-Wish, and 25% of we're presenting to a local charity in Essex, to a young boy that needs a liver and bowel transplant.
Right, well, congratulations on your title, and you know, maybe this year Mr. Treffen and next year Mr. Universe.
Yeah, I'll dare it. But thanks a lot then. Cheers.
Thanks. I'm lucky enough to be sitting astride one of the stars of the show this weekend. It's a fantastic bike owned by Custom Accessories, and the man from Custom Accessories here, Eric Warburton.
That's right.
This is a really special machine, isn't it? Tell us about it.
Well, there's been a lot of interest in the Goldwing 1500, but some of the people that they get a bit old or they have a disability, they don't want to put a sidecar on, which they would do just for the stability. The next option is a trike. This kit's been available in the States for 2 years, and we've brought the first one over, and we only completed it Sunday before the show. And as you say, it's a star attraction, and it's fantastic.
And how long would a conversion like this take?
From start to finish, it'd take you at least a week in a good workshop. So, you know, you put £5,000 on the top of a 1500 that could cost you £12,000, so, you know, it's an expensive toy.
Now, we've seen them before on older bikes, but this is, as you say, this is based on a 1500. Is that the only type of bike that this new conversion works on?
Yeah, this kit's come in from the States, a company that do conversion kits just for the Goldwings. So it's specifically for the Honda Goldwing, which makes it special, and I think that's why it looks really like a factory finish.
And I mean, obviously you've got some changes underneath on the running gear, the back axle. And
yeah, it has a complete back axle in that's actually off a Ford car. You know, it's a complete back end rebuild, new diff and everything, wide wheels, you know.
How do the wingers feel about having a Ford car in their Goldwing?
Well, they don't know really, you know, it's still American, isn't it, so it doesn't matter really.
All right, well, I think the talking's over, and how about let's take it for a spin, eh?
Why not?
Okay.
There you go.
Never do that. It spoils the tape.
Alles wat je zegt.
No, I'm always on the professional video.
Always making a lot of noise.
Alex, of course. You drive like a bulldozer and I make lots of noise.
We zijn al klaar, hè?
Kijk het. Trek maar. Nothing on it. Wel, nee.
Say something, please. Enjoy filming. Was it really fun? Filming.
Is it for fun or for real?
Plenty of goodies.
Harry Ward, president of Goldwing Owners Great Britain, and founder member.
That's right.
This is fantastic, isn't
it? Yes, it certainly is. It's come a long, long way since those days in 1980. Yeah.
I was just going to say 1980 when you came back from Belgium.
Yeah.
Could you have ever imagined that?
Not at all. Going to Belgium gave me the inspiration, and so our very first meeting in May, 1980, 37 wingers turned up, and then a couple of months after that, in liaison with Honda, we had our very first Brands hatch, and by the end of the weekend, we had recruited about another 70 or so Goldwingers, and that was really when the club really took off.
And then it grew and grew, and now, of course, since last August, we've got another region. That's Jersey, Channel Islands,
That's
Jersey.
right. And what about the Alp region?
And the Alp region,
yes,
brings it up to, I think, 29 regions, is that?
Yes, that's right.
29.
Yep.
Incredible.
It certainly is.
And last year we had a good turnout, but this year, you know, even despite the weather, I mean, I can't believe it. Thursday we had, by the end of the night, over 300 bikes in already.
Yeah, well, when I booked in this afternoon, it was about 459, so I think we're going to make it a record this year.
Now, you're the president, but you've kind of taken a back seat in the past few years.
Oh, I have done. Well, because from the beginning, the first 2 years, I sort of virtually did every job, and I was responsible for originating the Wingspan, the club magazine. First of all, just a few sheets. Now, of course, we've got a professional magazine.
Yep. And I must say, you know, taking that back seat, you must be itching to get out there and tell them what to do, surely.
No, I'm not. Because I know there's a very capable team out there, and I've done the groundwork, and they're just carrying on and doing the job so much better than I could have ever done it myself.
They do a great job.
Yes, they do. Yeah.
Have a nice weekend, Harry.
Thank you very
nice
much.
to talk to you.
Thank you. Bye.
Richard, Make-A-Wish, are you here? No? Alita? Alita, could you? Alita is one of our own Ulster members who's also an officer of Make-A-Wish. Easter, Alita, will you accept this cheque for 7,500? Oh, where's he been sleeping? He's been selling raffle tickets. Well, they are, you as well, Alita and Richard. From all of us, to you and your wonderful charity, £7,500. Thank you very, very much.
We've got a little admission to make about an oversight from yesterday. There was a slight administrative error which resulted in one of the inscription forms being overlooked. This turned out to be a very important inscription form. And in fact, we actually have 14 Guelph countries represented here, as the one we missed out had come all the way from Spain. Not only that, but he'd also come in a sidecar, and in doing 3,200 kilometres, actually should have also got the male sidecar award. So if Ray de Treffen can come up to the stage, I'd like to present him with a Spanish award and also a trophy for the longest sidecar.
Now we come to the national awards, the first of which is the Horst Gable Award for services to Goldwinging. And this will be presented by Harry Ward, our president, to a man who's been in the club longer than I have, I'm sure. He's done a tremendous amount of work for Goldwinging, behind the scenes, up front, regional rep, you name it, this guy's done it. He wouldn't like to be put on a pedestal, but he deserves this award, and he's going to get it. Terry Mitchell, Avon Wings. Hey there, Terry.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
The second national award we've got to make this evening is a Stan Ching Memorial Trophy. Stan was, first and foremost, a Goldwinger. but also a sidecar enthusiast. Many of our older members will remember Stan and appreciate that he was the epitome of a gentleman winger. The award this year goes to a man who has accepted that Goldwinging is a family affair, that if he can't take the family with him, he doesn't really want to know. And he made a trip to the Cheshire Wingding from Ulster via Aldershot and back to Aldershot before returning to Ulster. You all know who I'm talking about. Geordie. George McCall. Third National Award, or really European Winger of the Year 1992 Award it should be called, goes to a man who has worked for several years in promoting Goldwing not only in this country but across the big Atlantic Ocean. He has set up a scheme of chapter friendship between GWTA and the regions of the Goldwing Owners Club of Great Britain. You all know who I'm talking about, Gary Ingram. Come on, Gary. Congratulations, Gary. It now just remains for me to hand the mic over to a man who's been in this club longer than anybody because he started it, President and founder member, Harry Ward.
May the 17th, 1980. I called this very first Goldwing meeting, and it was beyond my wildest dreams. We had 37 people come along to enroll. And look what we have now. Can you imagine what pride I have to see this meeting here this weekend with all these people here enjoying themselves? At the same time, I must admit to a lot of responsibility. The weddings, the births, the divorces, wife swapping. But all the same, here we are together, one big happy family. And I hope you've all enjoyed yourselves, and that we will all go on enjoying ourselves for many years to come. Thank you all.
With me here I've got Ken Foster, the Treffen coordinator from Stafford last year. Ken, the weather last year, you had it lucky, didn't you?
We had very good weather last year, it was absolutely brilliant.
But I mean, it's rained a bit this year, but it hasn't really affected things, has it?
Well, it's sort of weather, it's dampened some people's spirits, you know, but people get on with it, don't they?
But what's all this about these big guys in their leathers and big bikes, you know, braving all the weather on the roads, and here they are sleeping under cover for the night?
Well, I know a lot of the people here, they've been just washed out with the rain, the wind has ripped the tents and so on, you know.
Keith and Tracy here, now you've had a bit of a problem, haven't you?
Oh, it's like he's lost a couple of poles off the tent, he's snapped in half, like.
And you weren't there when it happened, were you? You were off somewhere else.
Well, we'd all gone out to Harry Ramsden's for fish and chips, and come back and just snapped in half like a couple of poles. So
you're pulled in here and you're hoping for a good night's kip.
Hoping for it, yes.
And
we've been told Ken snows, so we're not quite sure whether they're going to get it or not.
You're not sleeping next to Ken, are you?
Unfortunately, yes.
Paul, you've just been to brush your teeth especially to come and talk to me. It's your birthday today, is that right?
That's right, yeah. And what a birthday, one to remember, I tell you.
And how old are you?
I'm 34 today.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Everyone keeps reminding me.
Happy birthday.
I vote we cut his head off.
Morning, Campus. Good night. Good night, all you Goldwingers out there.
Candy camera. Good morning.
Peter and Zella.
Sarah. Sarah.
Say good morning.
Oh, not with happy hair done.
You have a nice...
Living dead, isn't it?
You having a lie-in or something, you two?
This one always
Eh?
has a lie-in.
Can I just ask you one simple thing? You have a nice night? Nice night's sleep? Better than outside. Have you ever been on a table with your husband before?
No, it's not my husband.
That just about answers that question, I think. John Hindhoff, another good Treffen in the bag.
Well, I think it's been reasonably successful, let's put it that way, despite the rain.
Well, it didn't matter too much, did it?
No, I think this will be it's like anything that's sort of difficult. People will go back from this Treffen and remember, you know, the dozens of people sleeping in the hall and everybody next to each other. Well, I was talking to a lady this morning and she said, you know, one of the best things about last night was that I woke up halfway through the night and despite the fact there was 75 or 100 people sleeping in the hall, not a single person was snoring. So that was good.
And by all accounts, they had a better night's sleep than they would have done in their tents.
They were all saying, yeah, it was a better night's sleep than being in that tent. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think that, you know, they did. Yesterday afternoon, when the wind got up and blew a lot of the tents down, I think a lot of people, you know, they were concerned. They were thinking about going home. But when they got all the tents and air beds in the hall, and we got the heaters on, and everybody had a really good. There was a good atmosphere in the hall last night. In fact, I mean, some people might argue it was a better atmosphere last night after the difficulties of yesterday afternoon than the night before, but it's debatable, like.
And, I mean, the rain didn't stop the Europeans coming over either, did it?
Certainly
Or should we
didn't.
call them continentals, because we are European ourselves.
Yeah, continentals. We had a good turnout, a lot of Italians right at the very beginning, a bigger range of continentals than before, and if the British Treffen can keep up a good standard in the future and people in the continentals get to know that we're not sort of the topsy-turvy Treffen with goods and bads, then numbers should increase, I hope.
Now, 1992 is a big year for you, John, isn't it? It's your last Treffen.
1992, yeah. I'm looking forward to next year because I can look through the wingspan and I can look at all my blank weekends and I can say, oh yeah, I'm going to go to that wing ding and this wing ding, and it's going to be really good. Yeah. A nice restful year.
Come on, John, how long is it going to be before you come back?
I'm not making any predictions. I'm looking forward to a rest, a nice long rest.
Well, I think you deserve it.
Thanks very much.
Well, that just just about winds things up in Harrogate this year for the 1992 Treffen. I've been looking around the site this weekend for my favourite bike. There have been some great machines here. There's been the Trike, the new aquamarine colour, and all that fantastic paintwork and chrome work. But I'm afraid I'm a bit of a sucker. I'm a traditionalist myself, and I've fallen for this GL 1000 K1 from the 70s. It was brought over from America and restored by Graham from Custom Accessories, and I've fallen in love with it. Next year there are rumours that the Treffen will be coming from the south, from Avon, and so I'll see you in 1993. Goodbye.